Hi guys, we are Group 4 and we are here to give a presentation on Boolean retrieval, term vocabulary and posting list web search basics. Okay, going into the slides. First, I'm going to tell about information retrieval. Information retrieval is finding material of an unstructured nature that satisfies an information need from within large collections, and it is used to retrieve data from large collection of data. Information retrieval can also be used to retrieve data from a semi-structured data which contains Java in the title and threading in the body. Information retrieval is distinguished on a scale on which they operate like the web search, personal information retrieval, and domain search specific. Uh, the second slide is the Boolean retrieval. Boolean retrieval model is the simplest model to base an information retrieval model. It consists of a terms like and, or, and not. Um, in the result, the result of this will be the documents which satisfy the Boolean expression. This is one of the precise retrieval tool, and for example, Brutus and Calpurnia. In the example, when Brutus is searched in the in the above example, when we search, Brutus is searched in the dictionary, and then Calpurnia is searched, and from the result we search the intersection between the Brutus and the Calpurnia. Going to the incidence matrix, uh, a linear scan from beginning through all text by grep, but it's slow, line oriented, and less flexible. Incidence matrices, it represents the document by a boolean stating on if a word is present or not. um, and let's go to inverted matrix. Inverted matrix, in it is an ideal for a large collection which collects documents, tokenizes and pre-processes, generate and sort postings, create posting lists, determine document frequency. Inverted index contains the dictionary and posting files.
Hi everyone, this is Upendra and I'll be describing about the vocabulary of terms. There are actually four kind of methods which describe about the vocabulary of terms. They are tokenization, normalization, stopping words, and then final one is stemming and lemmatization. Coming to the tokenization, what tokenization does is like when you have a character sequence, tokenization splits those words into group of pieces which are called tokens. So as you can see in the example, when you take a particular sentence, what tokenization does is it splits each and every word into different word, and these are called tokens. Also in tokenization, all the punctuations are eliminated. Coming to the normalization, when you have two different kind of documents, and you might be having two similar words, and when you are going through the vocabulary of terms, you'll have to find two similar words in the two documents. So for example, when you take two words which are of same kind but there is an hyphen between them, normalization helps you to eliminate that hyphen, and it helps you in finding two similar words in the two different documents. Coming to the stopping words, what stopping word does is like when you have a lot of similar words coming in a particular document, that is which is of little value and have nothing to do with the document, what stopping words does is like eliminate all those words from the document, and it will create a separate list called stop list, and it will be in the index as a separate chapter where you can find it at the end of the document. Coming to the stemming and lemmatization, stemming is a process where it is used to chop off the words. You can find some plurals where you can see like says, comes, thereby, goes, or something. So what stemming does is it will chop off those words and give us an exact word. Coming to lemmatization, is a kind of thing where you will get the words as in the form of dictionary. When you if you see the example, the boy's car are different colors, what lemmatization does is like different, it converts into differ, and this is kind of a dictionary word.
So the index size is an important factor when it comes to web searching because the size of the index of web search engines can be used to determine the quality of web search engine. This is because the comprehensiveness of a search query increases with the size of the index size. With respect to index size, there is a particular question. So, given two search engines, what are the relative sizes of their indexes? But this question is not precise because of the following. The first reason being, in response to search queries, the search engine can return web pages whose contents it has not fully or partially indexed. This is because the search engine indexes only 1000 words in a web page. The search engine organizes their indexes in various tiers or partitions. As a result, the web page deep inside a website may be indexed but not retrieved on a general web search, but will be retrieved when the search is made on a particular web page. Hence, there is no single means to measure index size. But in order to estimate the search index size, there is no particular method. So, near duplicates and shingling. So, the web contains multiple copies of the same content, which leads to the issue of duplication. It is estimated that 40% of web pages are duplicates of other web pages. The search engine does not index multiple copies of the same web pages in order to save storage and processing overhead. One solution of detecting the near duplicates is through shingling. In shingling, a set of unique shingles is maintained, each of which is composed of continuous subsequences of tokens within a document, which can be used to detect similarity between the documents.
So posting list is an important feature of information retrieval. So how the posting list works is each item in the list is called as term, which is called as posting, and altogether that list is called as posting list. The best feature about posting list is posting list provides us a skip pointer feature. So the reason we use skip pointer is because if we are going through two lists simultaneously linearly, then it takes a lot of time. To avoid that time and process our work efficiently, we use skip pointer. So how skip pointer works is it takes the list and augments the skip pointer with that list at the time of indexing. And skip pointer points to a random node far ahead of the skipping node, and we just need to decide if we want to go for the middle node or not, depending upon the value of the pointer where it points. So the posting list and phrase queries. Some of the time that some words in information retrievals are very complex and difficult to understand. For depending upon that, we need to find the support queries such as there should be sufficient for the posting list. It's just not being sufficient. So for the posting list to simply access those data, we come up with two words. One is byword index and second is positional index. In byword index, index every consecutive pair of the terms in the text as phrase, and in positional index, in the store of the each term position which takes the token as it appears.
Okay, coming to web search basics, the client sends an HTTPS request to the web server along with the URL, and the domain specifies the root and of a hierarchy of web pages, and the hierarchy contains the information to be returned by the server. There are two types of web pages, static and domain. Static contains a fixed number of pages, and web pages format is fixed before it delivers information to the client. Dynamic content changes dynamically while running in the client's browser. And then now the anchor text. Anchor text is the clickable text in a hyperlink. It's relevant to the page the user is linking to rather than the generic text. So basically it means it can be a bunch of random words, but all that matters is the link it's linking to. Now coming to the structure of the web, it's basically a bow tie structure, and it has three main components: the in, SCC, and out. So the web surfer can send information from in to SCC and from SCC to out, and a surfer can also send it to another pages in the SCC, but it cannot send information from out back to in through SCC. Now the general search user experience. It has Google has identified